Christy's Beautiful Life, and I am here for the Spiegelman Scraps National Scrapbooking Day challenge for 7 o'clock on Saturday. I am doing a recipe challenge. So you are welcome to post your layouts on Instagram, and I believe the hashtag is, I will find it, it's hiding on me. I'll link it. Oh, there it is. It is hashtag SMS NSD 17. Let me write that for you. Hashtag SMS NSD 17. So link your layouts to that. And mine, like I said, is a recipe challenge. So I am saying use 2+ photos. Fussy cut something. Any type of thing on your layout, a floral or anything like that. Use some bling. This would be a great way to use any type of sequence that you have. Use a tag or a frame on your layout somewhere. And lastly, I am suggesting you use felt or cork in a fun way. So I am going to take my own recipe and create a layout for that, and let's see what I can come up with. And I hope that you are able to play along, and that you have been playing along and have been having a lot of fun this weekend with National Scrapbooking Day. This is always a really fun weekend, probably the best weekend of the year for scrapbookers, right? So I hope you've been having fun, and let me get you put on. So let me get started, and I'm literally just going to work down my list that I created for this fun challenge. And there is my photo. So it's a collage, but it's a set of 4 photos. So right off the bat, that's my 2+ photos. And you can see some of the pattern papers I'm going to work with. I'm using this fun geometric one. I believe this is from it's a crepe paper line. I think it's a year or 2 old, but it's really neat. It's kind of fun, some pinks to it, and it kind of has all the same colors as that polka dot, small polka dot that you see there. That's going to be my main background paper. So I decided to use that. I like the way that geometric and all the colors on there looked on the black and white photo. And I was thinking about using that piece of pink pattern paper. It's just a random 6x6 piece. I was thinking about using a really thin border with it, but in the end, I didn't like the way that looked. I thought it would work well originally because it had pink and red, and I could play off both of them. But instead, I'm just going to flip it over and use it to map my photo with white. A white border is always a great thing to do with black and white photos. It just kind of helps it really pop off the page. And so you can see that's going to be kind of my layering for my photo. Really basic. I'm not going to do a whole lot of layering to it because this background paper is kind of busy. So I don't need to do a whole lot. And what I'm going to do is kind of decide where I want to put everything. I know I need to do some fussy cutting, which is the second part of this recipe. So I grabbed the Simple Stories piece of pattern paper, and I really liked all of the circles that were coming off the edges of this paper. So I'm going to take some time and fussy cut all of those. Most of them are solid colors, although there are a few that I'm going to add that have a little bit of pattern to them. And I'm just going to line them up down one side of this paper. It makes a really neat and kind of interesting dimension to the whole layout as a whole, and I just really love the way that it turns out. So you can see that I'm fussy cutting there. I don't leave it all in. I kind of boring to watch people fussy cut, but there you go. See, it's all in there. So I grabbed the same colors. There's some pinks and blues and yellows and a little bit of black and white because I need that to blend in with my photo. And then I'm going to tear this piece of pattern paper. So I took about 4 inches off, so it's, you know, there's going to be a third of my paper that is going to be now used with this awesome teal. Again, this is a Simple Stories piece of pattern paper, so the color tones are going to work the same, which is what I was kind of going for. And I'm just deciding if I want the teal to be on the left or the right, and I decide on the right. I like how it plays off the circles, and then I can add some more interest to that side of the paper pretty soon. So there you can see I've done fussy cutting and I've done my photo. And so now I'm going to work on the third part of my recipe, which is the bling. So I'm not saying you have to use sequins for this challenge in order to enter it, but it would be a great time to pull out any of the sequins you have from Spiegel Mom's Scrap Shop. And for me, what I'm going to do here is grab the Too Cool For You. This is not the new one that just came out. This is the older collection. And I'm just pulling out the yellow and the pinks from that. And I'm going to just place them on the little circles there. You can kind of see me doing that. And I really love the effect this gives. Because they're going on the same colors, it's kind of... you don't see it unless you really look, but it does kind of add just this little pop to the paper, and I really love that. So that's how I was able to add my bling for this layout. And now I'm going to move on to adding a tag or a frame. And in the end, I actually end up adding both. But for now, I'm looking here. I have that yellow tag, and what I'm thinking is I have this really cool acrylic piece that I got. And it says Hello 2017, which is going to be the title for this layout, as these photos were taken on New Year's Day. Excuse me, New Year's Eve. And I really love how that yellow helps pop that pink piece of acrylic off of the paper. When it was on the teal, it kind of blended in and it was really kind of hard to see. So I love the way that I did that, and it was kind of a fun way to use that tag. Not something I normally do, so a little bit different and outside of the box for me. And then I also grabbed and fussy cut these 3 florals. So this floral is coming from the back side or the B side of that teal paper. And I love the way that looks. It kind of helps pop things up off the page, and it makes it a little bit more playful and not quite so muted. So even though this was a colorful page to begin with, it really kind of helps make it even more so. And then the final element I'm adding to my photo here for layering is it needed a little bit of something. It was kind of blending in. So I just grabbed a second sheet of 6x6 paper that I had in my stash, and it's a little bit of a milder pink than the first one I grabbed. And that's just going to be my last piece of a border there. I really like the way that works. It plays off of the florals on the other side, and I really love that. And finally, I am going to add my cork. So my challenge for my cork was to use cork or felt in a fun way on your layout. And I'm just going to use it as the middle part of my flower. So I thought that was kind of neat. Instead of adding like a sequence or a brad or something, I'm just adding a little cork heart. You can see that I added some cork on the other circles to begin with. I thought that would look really neat, but I wasn't digging it, so that's not gonna make it on it. But that one little cork heart does make it onto the middle of that big floral there. And so you can see now that I have added my journaling in black, again, just tying in that final piece of black, and I'm adding a frame. So it says blessed. This is an old Simple Stories frame I've had for a long time. And I'm going to use that part of the frame down by my photo, and then I'm going to use another part up by that top floral. And then my final touch was just adding the word NYE for New Year's Eve, and that is going to wrap up my layout. So I hope you can participate and come on over to our Instagram account and create your own page with all of our fun challenges. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them below, and I will try to get to them as quickly as possible. Happy National Scrapbooking Day!